Good morning, everybody. Welcome to BaseTradeTV. Got a little bit of a guest on today. Some of you may know him. Hopefully, I have. Hold on, I'm just double checking, making sure I'm not muted. All these other things. Yeah, it looks like we're good to go. So, welcome, M. Canning. How you doing, man?
You know what? I just decided to myself, I could be a player, but everybody knows that the money's with the casters. So here I am. Got my foot in the door. It's good to be here. Looking for some
money
good
with
games.
the caster. I think that only applies to the big boys, if we're gonna be honest here. But so far, track record is everyone that works with me moves on to WCS except me. So you could be in the money. Not that you need it though, dude.
This year.
Get the M Canshin and all this other shit
That's
going
true.
for you, like.
That's true. I'm about to retire after this cast, probably. Most likely.
Just while you're at your prime, that's the plan. All right, so let's talk about this, guys. It's the $100 pop-up cup sponsored by Luckbox, or alternatively known as Friday Got a Tournament on Friday. Kind of have put a bit of a twist on it just to see who we could get to come out to play for this, and so the idea was the sign-ups would dictate which server the preference would be. Now, that's not to say that, like, oh my god, it's impossible to play across server, but as I'm sure M. Canning can confirm for you guys, nobody really prefers to play across server. So, at the moment, as brackets finalized, this is looking like it might be an NA favored bracket. Quite a few Koreans even showing up with Solar and Creator.
They're up
quite
late.
a few, it's only two, but...
It's 3 a.m. with that start time. That's the passion. They knew they just couldn't miss a base trade event. They're too excited. Couldn't sleep. I will say, yeah, the cross server stuff, some people dislike it more than others, for sure. Some people are like, "Oh, 80 ping. I can't actually move." You know, and some people are like, "Ah, it's not that. I can do 100 ping." So we'll see how it goes. I think it is. I mean, some people handle it differently, but the cross server stuff, at the end of the day, almost always the better player wins. So, in my opinion, I mean, if they're close, it obviously can have an impact, but it'll be a lot of good games. A lot of good games. An early subscription coming in. Will Rider. Supporting the StarCraft scene. Beautiful.
Good way to start. Also, I'm loving the MCAN emotes in chat. That's good to see too. Warfield, thank you for the 21 months, dude. We'll give you guys some love in a sec. I'm actually just trying to make sure we can coordinate what's going on.
I'm not even looking at the chat, I guess.
Okay, so I'm trying to find people who would lead into good second round matches too. The moment, wow, Penguin drew the short straw fighting Creator right off the bat. Part of me wants to witness that train wreck. Also, the winner fights Mana, but Mana's playing Siegfried, who's also a pretty good player.
Yeah, but then do you really want to start with a PvP into another PvP? You know, Penguin could do something funky.
Well, here, you know what? You're the guest. I'll let you, if you get the brackets open, I'll let you, if you want to refresh it to be safe, I'll let you take your pick, and we'll go with that for the first cast.
I mean, I would always prefer a Protoss player, but ooh, we should do Hellraiser versus GameTime. That'd be a pretty even match.
Sure, that one works for me too.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Alright, Hellraiser, GameTime here.
Give me that PVC. Oh, it's gonna be tough. I'm rooting for my Protoss brother and then my friend GameTime. NA hero. GameTime. Pretty good bracket, honestly. We got, what, 16 players here?
Yeah, it's not too bad, actually. I
mean, the bracket's not huge, but it's...
Well, we were talking about this. There's nobody signed up for, like, the first couple days after announcing this. So, like, majority of the people who are actually checked in right now also signed up within, like, the last 4 or something hours.
Yes.
But we'll host / cast Hellraiser GameTime. Let me grab a hold of these boys. Where are you? There you are. Oh man, F3 flip side. That's a clan tag I haven't seen for a while. How's that going?
I mean, I still have the tag. I guess that tells you something.
Oh,
but, I don't know. They just kind of give me the sub money, and I kind of just stick around. You know, nobody really says anything, but we both move on. I mean, Flipside has removed StarCraft 2 from their active teams on their website, but I'm still here. So who knows?
Good stuff. Yeah, I was going to ask if they were doing more with it or not, but I guess that's the answer right there.
I don't think so.
Oh wait, shit! I think I'm hosting the wrong server. One sec. Uh,
Are you not sure if you're on East Coast?
wait. We rehost on East. We're on leave.
Couple subs coming in. Mad Wolf. Mad Dog, 69. 7 months, I believe. Good to see him here.
Yahoo!
Well.
My second subscriber streak is still alive. Good to see, man.
Done it.
Sorry, I've got, I don't know if you've seen this. This is really annoying, of course, but I've got this prepared and ready.
Oh, God.
For the sub shoutouts, but right now I'm trying to juggle doing lobby hosting, so give you guys some love here in a sec.
The production quality, incredible.
Yeah, hashtag production by changing my voice slightly. All right, let's get. Oh, where are you on this list? M. Canning.
Ready to make that switch to VR chat with that extra voice.
Dude, people have been using this thing though, right? Like I joined these VR chat things where people have got like the I don't know, like a Gundam Wing or Optimus Prime avatar, and they're just throwing on that robot voice. I love it. That going a little extra. But anyways, guys, we got Blackpink. It's the first map of the day. I actually have an intro for this, so we're gonna hop into it, and we'll see you guys in game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're witnessing a black screen because it took a second to load, but here we are and good to go. I also have to change some of the stuff on the overlay, but before that, we gotta call somebody out.
Yes. Harstum in the chat, but not in the tournament. That is unacceptable.
Wait, why? Hang on, I set it to East. That's the whole point of remaking the lobby. Why did that just happen?
This is bad because you call out Harstum. I was looking to avoid the cam time, and now we have to reset.
Sorry, dude.
He's gonna see
Scumbagging
me
you like this.
It's okay. I'm looking forward to this match, though. I tell you, pretty good first round match. Game time, Hellraiser. You know, a bit of an unknown. I mean, not unknown, but underrated EU player versus underrated NA player.
Well,
a lot on the line.
I'm like so jaded on that though. I really like Game Time actually. It was last year at Austin. He got on my radar when he took I think it was just a map, nothing too crazy. No, maybe it's the series versus Euthermal. Yeah, but then after that, he had some really good games. We had a Show My Shin versus Peely Peely. Like, I don't know. It was he's I guess underrated is a fair way to describe him, but just not for me personally. I really like him.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're in the scene enough, you would know both these players are pretty good players, but still to the general public, I would say people don't see them as highly as people who are in the scene more often and really understand pretty much all the players. So it'll be interesting. Whoa. Oh, they hosted now.
Yeah, I told GameTime to host because, yeah, I don't know. I put it to East and somehow it ended up on West.
Now I'm the only one in the game. A solo cast, as it were. No you in here. This could be good. What do you think?
Wait, they started the game?
No, they haven't started yet.
Oh, invite me.
You're not on my friends list, and you are not accepting invites from players who are not in your friends list.
Ah, tits, that's right. Let me add you. Sorry, it's just in the middle of the games we get spammed a lot by people with stupid names being stupid people.
Makes sense.
I added you.
Yeah, I know. I got a bunch of friend requests that are just chilling. Oh my god. Friends. We've done it.
I just join Affy now too, makes it even easier. Easy peasy.
Woo!
Yeah, normally I'm the one hosting or Zombie Rep's hosting, so this hasn't actually been an issue for a while, but alright. Crack those knuckles, guys. We'll get into game number 1 in a moment. Small hiccup to start the day, but it wouldn't be BaseTradeTV if things weren't going terribly wrong.
It's true.
So, you know what? You get the intro again. So, here we go. We'll see you guys in game. All right, folks, welcome to game number 1. We're going to pretend nothing went wrong and everything's going according to plan. That way we can once again call out Hearthstone in the chat, but not in the brackets. What's up with that, M. Canning?
Wow. You know what? I think he was nervous. You know, you knew I was coming on. You didn't want to underperform with the can live. Makes sense, honestly. Makes sense. He figured he just wanted to enjoy it. Yep. I get it.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to hop into the first game, but real quick before we do, quick request to the audience. Obviously, M. Canning's here for the first time. I'm not here going to ask you to be nice. Be as mean as you want to him. I don't give a fuck. What I do care about, though, is whether the audio quality is good. So if he's too quiet or I'm too quiet or vice versa for loudness, let us know in the chat so we can adjust. Keep in mind there is a stream delay, so we can't adjust it immediately, but we'll try and make sure things look and sound good for you all tuning in. Spawning here to the top right, though, to kick things off, it's going to be the Yellow Zerg player, Game Time.
In the bottom left as well, we have the blue Protoss looking to save Europe's pride, take down North America. A lot on the line. It's Hellraiser.
You and I were actually talking a little bit about this. Hellraiser is a pretty good European player that a lot of people probably don't know.
Yes, he's top. I think he was top 10 on Europe, unless he's fallen off a little bit. He's one of the highest rated people on Europe right now. I was surprised by it when I saw it like yesterday or the day before, and I was like, man, I knew he's been, you know, fairly highly rated, but he's maybe picked it up. Maybe this new patch treats him well. I'm excited to see what he's got to do. I played him the other day, and he one-based me on Neon, and he smashed me. So maybe he's got some funky builds that can get some good wins. I'm excited. Should be a good matchup.
Well, the other thing, too, of course, is on the other side of it, Game Time. I think if you're a big fan of the channel, you know I love Game Time, and I love talking him up, but we haven't seen him in a while, so I don't know what sort of shape or performance he's in, but I gotta imagine Scarlet having won a pretty big deal of an event has rallied all Zerg right now. They're probably feeling pretty good about beating Protoss for watching SOS.
The link foot. Oh. You know, Game Time's a player who's always been, in my opinion, he's been a little bit unorthodox as a player. He doesn't do the exact meta thing that you expect him to do, and he actually, in my opinion, hits a lot of mid-game timings. I think that's where he really strives. He's not an all-inner, I would say, but he loves going for a big mid-game pressure. Ooh. And that's what I'm expecting, some sort of big Roach Hydra.
Looks like Hellraiser's feeling the burden of cross-server right now. Ugh. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Just so you guys do know, we are on the East Coast, which is the most preferable server to play on for North America if you are a European player. It's not great. We're not going to pretend like it's good, but Game Time is from the East Coast, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So
Michigan. So he's more middle, but yeah.
I'll say Michigan to me is the same as saying Germany, dude. I don't know where it is on a map.
It's yeah, it's like middle. It's shaded closer to the East Coast though, but yeah, so it's not too bad.
The point is, East is the furthest that direction we can go, and it's supposed to make things decent, but obviously not perfect. Also, right. I just gotta say, we got some big love coming in for the cast before we get started. Guys, before we read any of this, I also remind you all, I am giving M. Canning the regular treatment. I'm treating him just like Zombie Grub or Maynard or anybody else. We're gonna split these things 50-50 with them. So, that being said, Lone Wolf kicked off 20 bucks into our bucket. In fact, I'm gonna play it again because it sounds so good to hear.
Uh-huh.
Yes. 20 bucks to say treat yourselves to a foot-long Subway sub. Fuck yeah, dude. And then next to Bane busts the chat with a couple of Banelings. No big deal. 4,950 bits.
Wow.
Gotta show some love to this cast with you two here. Hype! Fuck yeah,
excited.
Dude.
As he should be. As he should be. Oh, was this Linkfoot?
Well, he did go back to Journey, so I don't know that this is super dedicated, but he does manage to whittle his way in there. How is this adept not blocking this?
What? Just Protoss problems here. Game Time flooding it to the main, finding some damage with these speedlings. I will say it still looks pretty good for Hellraiser. I mean, now that he's pulled all of his probes.
I was going to say, he's pulled so many workers, he's losing so much mining for this.
Yeah, but it was okay. Now I'm having second thoughts on this. I mean,
the thing is, though, I don't think that's such a crazy reaction after watching SOS die to things like this and not knowing. He doesn't have the information to know whether there's more links on the way. I think dealing with this as quick as possible makes the most sense. But man, actually, where's this? That income spike for just that brief pull, guys. Oh, that's painful.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty tough spot. I mean, he's got the Oracle. He's got a second Oracle coming in. Hopefully he can try to find some damage with these, even the score out a little bit. He is pushing out the Adepts. Looks like he's going to be going for a little bit of an Adept-Oracle combination here. Very common in the meta right now. I think it is quite good, but it honestly can be hard to control using both the Oracles and the Adepts and trying not to lose everything. But Game Time does not have a lot of units right now. I wonder if he can find a lot of damage here.
There's Spores and Queens aplenty, so I don't think the Oracles will be the biggest problem, at least. I think the Adepts are a lot scarier, so yeah, he's chasing that with the Queens and a lot of the Lings. Big surround already, so the Adepts aren't going to go I guess, contested.
Not many Lings here, though.
And yeah, they've already been shoot apart.
A handful of damage here, getting good scouting, taking his third. I like what hellraiser's doing here. He's killing a lot of drones. Killing a Queen as well. Not bad. Not bad.
That was a lot of Adepts. That was a lot of Adepts to give away for it.
But he sees the lair timing. He sees forces out some Lings, but yeah, not perfect off of how he opened the early game. But I think going into Colossus here on this map, I really do like this choice. I think Colossus can actually be pretty hard to make work sometimes. But
I don't think this is a mistake. I think Game Time. You said mid-game timings, and I think he's looking to hit that with double Hydra upgrades.
Yeah.
I have not seen anyone do. I mean, granted, it's the new patch and they split these things up, but even thinking back to the double Roach Wardens you'd see for those timings, you just don't see it too often. So I'm really curious how this will benefit from. So yeah, there you guys see Muscular Augments and Group Spines starting up simultaneously.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting. I'm not sure if I mean, it was interesting to me as well. As he got 66 drones, so he's got a huge economy, and he's going for this double Hydra. I'm not sure. Because to me, I think if you were going to go double Hydra, you'd want to go for a little bit faster of a push, because you've gone such a quick double Hydra down, you'd be wanting to hit a timing, where if you were going for this many drones, it almost feels like you could just wait for both upgrades. So I'm interested to see where he takes this. I mean, he's got 66 drones, but he is going for double Hydralist Den, double upgrades. Because if he doesn't attack when this hits, couldn't you have just gotten them off of one Hydralist Den, I wonder?
So that's exactly. I feel like this has to be a timing related thing. He's going for a fourth base. Like there's a lot of question marks I have right now, but poor Hellraiser hasn't scouted either of these Hydra Dens. Funny enough, is like double the Hydra Dens is double the chance to get scouted, right? Not here. Yeah. And I think if he saw both of these, we would see a pretty easy hold, I want to say. Protoss, the biggest problem for them is not seeing something coming, and oh, that's where Revelation would come into play, but he loses both the Oracles.
That's huge. And we just talked about him having such little vision. Now he has even less vision, and he's more in the dark. He's got those observers seeing all the Hydras coming out, which is very nice for him, but it's so annoying losing those Oracles. You lose so much vision. We see, as I talked about, Game Time, these mid-game timings, he's doubling Hellraiser's army supply. Now Hellraiser's got Sentries, he's got Colossus, but Hydras, man, they're coming.
This is going to take the best force fields to even have a chance to fight. Colossus caught off guard.
Bad.
I don't think he can fight with one.
No, I don't know if he can hold this. Game Time just trying to run up, focus fire down this Colossus. Good force fields. Good engagement. Hold up now.
I'll see if Game Time wants to throw his Hydras into the force fields. Maybe Hellraiser can fight this.
Force fields are down. Now just the Hydras. He's coming in only from one angle here, though. Colossus Micro doing well, focusing down the Hydras. He's got 2 shield batteries here. Can he hold on? He might just hold. He's got another Colossus popping out now. Colossus has 30 kills on it. Okay.
It took him long enough to get onto the Colossus, but I mean, the second he did, it finally went down, which was kind of nice. But Jesus, as you pointed out, 30-something kills before it died. And there's another one, and that was only one. Can you imagine if the 2 Colossus hadn't got, like, the second one hadn't got caught off guard?
This is actually looking really good for Hellraiser as well. Because once again, mid-game, Game Time commits a lot. He's trying to getting the Sentry, getting all the units. It's just the Colossus left. He has a chance here. No, Hellraiser will push this back for now, but there's still units coming across the map. But the longer this goes on, the better it gets for Hellraiser. I mean, his upgrades, he's going for +2, he's getting Blink. The thing is, Game Time just now saturating this fourth. He's had it for a while, but he was really committed. So he's going Lurker Den. This is 14 drones. Interesting. I like this, though.
Do you see the problem I see, though?
The War Prism? He's about to attack? No, I'm not sure.
No, this is the only piece of detection with those 2 Oracles having gone down.
Let's get the Observer.
Yeah. There's literally one Observer on the map, and if that gets picked off, good luck dealing with Lurkers.
Okay, I see it. I will say, the Colossus are honestly, this is one of my biggest issues with Colossus is they're good, but you can sometimes have a hard time handling lurkers because you can't really siege with Colossus Stalker against enough lurkers. So it's one of the things I hate about Colossus is it actually is really hard to find damage with once lurkers pop out. I think Colossus are incredibly good at handling those early game Hydra pushes, but once lurkers pop out, Colossus lose a decent amount of their value.
You know what?
So,
I am objectively with you on this, unless friggin' Root Hero is the guy in question. I don't know how he does it. He micros so perfectly versus lurkers with Colossus. I'm like, wow, these units, what?
Yeah, you can find some good damage, but he is coming in here with the big timing lurkers just finishing up, coming over.
He was trying to open the rocks to get in from behind too.
Yeah,
like just barely didn't get to take him out.
Only 2 Colossus here, so I don't think Hellraiser can push on.
Okay, M Canning. Do you see what's in that production tab, man?
This is smart. This is really smart. Disruptors are like I just talked about. Colossus are not that good versus this, and trying to push up. Good pickoffs by Hellraiser, but Disruptors are a good answer to lurkers here. They can be, but it can be hard when there's enough Ling lurker. We'll see. I like the warp in the main, distracting, trying to find 2 prongs of aggression and damage here. Now he's pressuring the 4th, but there's too many lurkers.
What's nice about this though is GameTime did put his lair and the majority of his tech in his natural. So losing control of the main is actually not the worst thing like it normally would be. This is where the hive is. This is where you start losing all that important tech.
Right. It's a good point. He's got, hard to snipe those types of buildings. Charge is still just starting. I don't know if you got it because he was warping in a ton of zealots without charge.
Yeah.
A ton.
That feels like a mistake.
Disruptor shot coming in. 2 Hydras. Buff it. Buff it. We need more disruptor damage. More disruptors popping out. I would like to see. Okay, now he's seeing gases at his 4th. I like this. I like those.
I was gonna ask you, because you've been pretty vocal about the disruptor changes as they've been coming and going. How do you feel about the current state of said disruptor?
It's usable, but I really think the first variation is the best. Not to take away too much from the game because the current version is really not. There's less counterplay, especially in PvP. You get enough disruptors. You can't handle disruptors without anything but Phoenix. So it's actually very, very. I don't really like it, but they're disruptors, and we see a counterattack coming in from here, and we see again, GameTime still on lair. 12 minutes in. I did say he likes to go mid game, so it's just going to be lurkers and Hydras here, and we see Hellraiser trying to find damage, but there's so many lurkers there, and now the Hydras are across the map. This could be good for GameTime, finding some damage here.
Yeah, kind of base trade scenario. Appropriate to drop those ace 1s and ace 2s, but the Nexus almost goes down in time. Oh, he does actually still get it. He starts walking away. Oh my god, that recall though out of Hellraiser. Meanwhile, warps in a lot back to the main. This time charge is available, so they're going to get to that drone line pretty quick.
Yeah. And he's got really good upgrades. He's on 2-3 compared to GameTime's only +2 attack. He's got really strong upgrades. He's got a very strong army. And he is also going for more mid-game. We see no Fleet Beacon, no Stargates, no Mothership. He's just going to be going for this Colossus to Stalker Disruptor army. And I mean, it's a strong composition here. I think this could go well for him. I mean, there's how many lurkers are out on the map? Let me look. 8 lurkers, okay. I think Hellraiser's army is stronger with the upgrades, with the Colossus.
It's just going to take not walking into the lurkers to really make this fight.
That's true, though. Honestly, I mean, 4 lurkers sitting in the back. He finds some kills here. He's got quite a bit more supply now as well. He's just double expanded. So GameTime sacrificing killing a base for not. Oh, nice disruptor shots, killing quite a few lurkers, and the disruptors get the shots back so quickly. I think Hellraiser will be able to just push this here. More disruptor shots. His army is upgrades. Things are looking very good for the European Protoss here. Just more disruptors. The balls of doom flying out.
I feel like it's really important he remade that Oracle too. That revelation was very nice. But GG's do get called, and Hellraiser gonna take game 1 in this best of 3.
Wow, well played, well played. I will say I honestly thought both of them played well. There was that early game spot where GameTime was really pretty close to breaking Hellraiser at that 3rd base. And then once Hellraiser held on, it was pretty good for him because GameTime was quite committed to that Hydra push. But he was on 66 drones, but then, just a close game, I would say. Just a close game, and Hellraiser was able to squeak out the first victory here. Well played.
I love, by the way, your answer to the disruptor question, like how do you feel about disruptors right now, boiled down to basically they exist.
I mean, the thing with the disruptor is like, I don't know, that is true. They exist. They're not. I don't think. I mean, I was gonna say I don't think they're that good versus Zerg, but we just saw them there. They're good situationally. They become a situational unit, which I guess is maybe better than making them every single game. But if you ask me, every single game is where disruptors find their strength.
Well, guys, I just want to quickly note there's a lot of sub shoutouts to do, and oh, this fucking guy. I learned that you can't ban Twitch staff because of him.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go to the intro. We'll come back. We'll see you guys in a second. We'll do some shoutouts after the series. Well, you guys probably heard him say carriers have arrived because M Canning is great at us being muted. But
we were bad-mouthing Twitch chat before while you guys couldn't hear us.
Well, we were more specifically bad-mouthing Mark as I was quickly recapping Mark's run through our tournament, which he kind of pseudo-dedicated to M Canning, so gotta love that. But anyways, like I said, a lot of subs came in, guys. We'll get you all shout out and sorted when we get a little bit of time after this series. But let's wrap things up first, right? And it's game number 2 in the first best of 3 today. To the lower right, he had some cool Hydra times. We'll see if he whips them out again. It's the Yellow Zerg game time.
And in the top left, the man making disruptors. But does he want to bring it to a game 3 just for the excitement alone? We have Hellraiser.
I love this comment in chat, by the way. Smiles, it's a game. It says, seeing M Canning in the daylight seems weird, LOL.
God.
The sun's reflecting off your skin weird, dude. You don't even look the same.
I know. It's completely new me.
Actually, I do want to tell a little bit of story about that, though, as we see the kind of awkward forced fast third, but Game Time did take a fast third last time, so I think we'll see a very similar opening. And Canning actually kind of came out of the blue, guys, and just messaged me. He was like, hey, so, I don't know, you want to cast something? And I'm like, I don't know, sure. Pick a day, pick a time, because I know he's got a funky schedule, and so do we, right? And it worked out, because this week we had nothing going on. In fact, if it wasn't for today, we'd still have a couple more days off before the BTSL officially starts. So, after a couple of, we'll call it misconnections for setting up times, we did finally land on this one, which was kind of nice. Yeah. And hopefully you guys enjoy. I mean, I don't know whether he plans to make this a regular thing or not, but we'll see how today goes. But
it's
I also,
good being here.
Again, just reiterating, guys, I'm treating him just like anybody else. So, bits, tips, all that stuff, we're splitting 50-50. I'm not saying this I'm trying to bait anybody into doing either. I just want to be transparent is all. So
what he's trying to say is make it rain.
Make it rain. But the segue from this, of course, is quick shout out to the sponsors, guys. Without Luckbox, we wouldn't have the $100 to just chuck casually into a tournament for today anyways, so be sure to check them out. There's an exclamation mark giveaway link, and the prize for that giveaway too is totally interchangeable. It's stuff of equivalent value, so if you don't want like a pro plushie, but you'd rather have like 3 months of Crunchyroll Premium, shit like that, totally up to you if you win. So make sure to enter in the giveaway. It's definitely gonna be worth it. The guys from Luckbox, they're just looking to grow their social media. They're pretty cool dudes. I've talked to them a couple times through Skype, so it's not just like a faceless thing. So yeah, check them out.
Yeah, big shout out to them. Got an awesome event. Tons of high level StarCraft coming at you today. What more could you ask for? Go give them a shout out. Just tweet at them. Say, hey, thanks for supporting. It's huge. It's huge. Go do it. So we have an interesting spot here. We have a ton of lings on the way here from Game Time. He's going all in here. He's going all in, and we see Fast Robo. It looks like Hellraiser was planning on going for a Sentry Immortal all in, and we'll see if he'll be able to hold the Immortal Sentry coming out. Tons of lings. How many lings exactly? 18 lings. Now we see a few more drones coming out from Game Time. So 1 drone, to be specific. 1 drone.
Right. I'm really keeping a keen eye on this. He's still putting a couple drones in, like literally 1 or 2 at a time. Because last time he did this, he put a lot of lings forward. He got the Adept and pushed through the wall. Maybe this time he's hoping a few more lings would do a little bit more damage.
Lings are coming in.
That first game went, got pretty messy pretty quick. But the force field's good. It buys time to get the extra layer of walling in. So he's gonna go for the Cyber Core or not.
He's gonna need this Immortal to come down as well. This is actually really scary for Hellraiser. He's got nothing else coming out right now. Will Warp Gate finish? This is gonna be a huge decision on if he wins, and it will finish. This is really good for Hellraiser. That was pretty scary. Honestly, the timing is pretty tight. He was going for this Immortal quick. He's got the Warp Prism out. He's going like Disruptor drop, it looks like, and now he's held off the Link pressure. This is really good for Hellraiser. I mean, Game Time was really committed to this. He is droning up very heavily now, but his lair is just starting, and there's a Warp Prism out looking to do a ton of damage. This is scary for Game Time.
Yeah, he's gonna have to bring these links back home. There's no way he can sit across the map like this. But this is where I kind of like this. You know, he did still take the third, as we noted. A couple of awkward drones kept his worker count flowing and not getting stuck on like 28. So he's got an okay amount of things to lose going into this. But my concern is that army supply out of Hellraiser is already pretty good, and roaches are not great against what's here. That Immortal's just gonna hammer away at them.
Yeah, and we already see the worker counts. You know, Game Time's up a little bit, but the army is huge from Hellraiser. And Game Time doesn't have good tech. His lair's not done. Roaches are coming out. This is a really strong attack here coming in from Hellraiser. The Roaches, 9 of them on the way. Will they be able to hold it? Will be good versus Zealots with the Warp Prism Micro. Only one Guardian Shield is used. Good Warp Prism Micro here. This looks really good for Hellraiser. He's trading a lot of drones, and he's got the Warp Prism. I like the Focus Fire on the Warp Prism from Game Time's Queens, but I'm not sure he has enough to hold. Maybe just barely.
Even if he does, it's going to cost him so much. A lot of lost mining. 11 drones die in total with this. And the follow-up, what he has, I mean, Roaches, they're not going to be that good against the Immortals, sure, but they're not going to be very good against Colossus that they can't reach either.
Right. Both Queens went down, and now a follow-up of a huge Colossus all in. He's only got 1 gas to the natural game. Hellraiser's going for a huge Colossus push. He's canceled Colossus range as well, and now he's going into an Immortal, and it looks like he's just going to go maybe an Immortal Sentry push to follow up. I like this. It's one of those things that can be hard to analyze as a Protoss player sometimes, but these pushes into follow-up pushes can be extremely strong because you get a little bit of damage, they drone up, they think, yep, okay, he's going to macro after that push, and then you hit him with another push. You see a lot of top Protosses do this, where they'll go with like a certain amount of Adepts, and then all of a sudden they'll have a bunch more Adepts flying in, and it's like the 2 waves where you're not really expecting the second wave. And this is a very strong army versus pure Roach. 3 Immortals, a bunch of Sentries. This is the anti-Roach Protoss death ball right here, I think.
I actually have to cut away for a moment just to bring this up because it's so sick to know. We have a lot of the first round matches finishing up. The winner of this series will fight against Liquid Mana. Or no, excuse me, that's the wrong bracket side. We'll fight against Solar. Mana advanced on his side of the bracket. Snoot advanced on his, and Bly advanced in the south. So we actually have a lot of Euro bros that are about to turn this tournament into a European server tournament at this rate.
All right, that's cool. Hey, tons of good shout out to all the people showing up. You know, no matter how good you were, you lost in the first round or what, the people playing these, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good to see people coming out, playing in these events. It's really cool to see. So a huge push coming in here from Hellraiser. Now, Game Time's army supply is pretty similar, and I like this. He's trying to go for a flank on this army, knowing he can't fight it straight up, looking for a money surround. But this army of Hellraiser is so scary. I'm scared of it just looking at it.
I mean, if every single Roach on the field was a Ravager, just so they didn't take the bonus damage from the Immortals, maybe there's some chance in hell this works. But he doesn't have the money, he doesn't have the supply, he doesn't have the time. He does have a good surround with the Roaches coming for the backside, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The front line's already dead for the back line, even arrives for the fight.
Yeah, the flank was honestly not bad if he had enough, but, you know, just a situation of Game Time win for that early Link Flood, try to get some damage done, was not able to find damage, and it really hurt him into the mid game. Hellraiser, you know, nice hold, nice follow-up pressure, nice follow-up 2-base all in, and well played. Congrats to him. Moving on.
Yeah, he'll take that in round of 8. Also should note 2 things real quick, guys. First, the prize pool is just a 60-40 split, so top 2 won't get money for this. But question for you, Mcanny, which we have to decide right now. Do we do Solar versus Hellraiser, or wait for Mana versus either Penguin or Creator? Since I'm assuming you want to stick with the Protoss bros.
We'll stick with, I mean, either works, honestly. I mean, we could stick and hype up Hellraiser some more. I don't mind. But Mana, I mean, both of those sound great to me. So, my answer is either. You asked me for an answer, and I gave you both.
We'll probably go with Hellraiser then, since it'll be ready quicker.
Yeah, what I do.
All right, we'll cast this up, but real quick, like I said, we gotta do the sub shoutouts, right? So thank you, Mald Damage, for the 13-month resub. Thank you for coming back. Mark BT for 24 months. That's 2 friggin' years. Welcome back to the channel, dude. Then we got Hard Revenge. Puts a bad joke in chat twice. I saw him both times. Love it. Frankenfurter, thank you for the 25 months. Might be the first time in 25 months I didn't try and say your name with a weird German accent, so take that for what it is. Walgard78, thank you for the 16 months. And then, oh, we got some Prime subs.
Huge.
Some voice-changing Prime subs.
Thank you so much to Kilmo and Kevlar Scar for their Prime subs.
Look at that.
And last
Thank you.
but not least, the most disgusting sub we have, Mark Stukir. Thank you for the 3 months. I was at 13 because it feels like time goes by so fucking fast when you're around. Carrier has arrived. Thank you very much, everybody. But we're going to commercial break. We'll be back in 2 minutes. We'll probably do Hellraiser versus Solar.